Ninjani molweni avuxeni thobela ndra. Guys, today we are here with Department of Jurisprudence Legal Philosophy LJU4801, and over here now we have assignment which I hope that you are waiting to write. It's assignment number 2 of the LJU4801, proper footnotes referencing. Then they say there is some guidance there which you must read. Okay, because this video is for advertisement, I will advertise by question 2. Question number 2 rather than question 1. Question number 2 states that Mary Jo Frack argues that the law encodes the female body with the meaning. Briefly discuss how the law mandates the sexualization of the female's body. Your answer should not exceed 250 words. Before I continue, don't forget that it's an advertisement video. And then on my video on my YouTube channel, come and click join. And then you go down, you come to the current assignments. Then on the current assignments, you'll see the 99 rand. Then you click join. This is to ensure that you joined so that you watch all the videos which are exclusive, such as this video will be very exclusive on this one. You will get your monthly where you will watch all our videos there, which will be great for your studies. I hope so. You must know that now learning unit number 5 talks about the critical theories. We are not asked about the critical legal studies or the critical race theories as we go down to critical gender theory with this one. And then we have a feminist movement, which will be talking about the feminist movement. So that question is based on the feminist movement. And then we have a critical gender theory. And then we have the role of the power. And then let's just say that we'll go straight to the role of the power. Then it's very much important that when you search Mary Jo Frack, you will find this person under the skepticism based on what I've already told you about the gender. Then, as you can see here, they talk about the idea of false consciousness is one of that CLS probably borrowed from liberal feminism. In the 90s, it was argued that women were the victims of false belief in the idea of femininity, and writers argued that they should look beyond the household for fulfillment. Freedom cannot be found in domestic work because that is based on false consciousness. Therefore, CGT argues that even if women think they are free, they are not. CGT therefore argues that society is not organized in a rational way, but instead that men are regarded as the measure of what equality looks like. CGT tries to undermine this seemingly rational idea by pointing out the ways in which women are oppressed. A good example of this kind of approach in legal thinking can be found in the work of Mary Jo Frack. She uses a critical analysis to highlight problems with rape and prostitution in law. Frack argues that the law encodes the female body with meaning. By that, she means that the law promotes certain ways of thinking about women's bodies in the administration of law. This happens in 3 ways. In the first place, legal rules mandate the terrorization of the female body, and then they explain. And then they go and explain the second one, place legal rules mandate the materialization of the female's body, and then they explain. Legal rules also mandate the sexualization of the female's body. So as you can see here, those are the 3 things that you'll be looking for, those 3 ways. However, there are certain things that I want you to know. However, in order to answer this question, you must know that this question was asked, and in this way, they also provided a case. So in order for us to answer this question, which was 6 months by the time, but now it's 5 mark, Apply the court judgment and reasoning in S versus Chabalala to explain how the outcome of the case presents a positive response to what Mary Jo Frag refers to as the legal terrorization of the female's body and the legal sexualization of the female's body. So this case is the best place to be if you want to talk about, to argue what Mary has referred to. So let's look at this case and then we answer. There are many cases of a state versus Chabalala. Make sure that you find this type of a case, and then it will be the best place to read, and then so that you have a more knowledge how to answer. It says that on 20 September 1998, a group of young men, the applicants together with their co-accused, went on a rampage in Umta Mbeka section of the township of Tembisa in Gauteng. The men broke into houses and caused malicious damage to property. The terror that poured out into this community was well orchestrated and meticulously calculated, and during all this, the men raped 8 women occupants. Some of the women were raped repeatedly by members of the group. The youngest victim was a 14-year-old girl. Whilst some of men raped the women, the others stood as lookouts. So as you can see, this case talk about the group of young men who went to this township and just raped 8 women. Some were raped repeatedly, and the youngest was 14-year-old. This happened in 1998. So in order for us to be able to answer, we must check what the majority main arguments and what the minority might have said about the feminist. I've already told you that we are dealing with the feminist. So when you answer, you must say based on the main judgment, which is the majority judgment. The majority judgment bemoaned the fact that for far too long, rape has been used as a tool to relegate the women of this country to second-class citizens, over whom men can exercise their power and control, and in so doing, strip them of their rights to equality, human dignity, and bodily integrity. The high incidence of sexual violence suggests that male control over women and notions of sexual entitlement features strongly in the social constructions of masculinity in South Africa. Some men view sexual violence as a method of resenting masculinity and control over women. So that is the first place that you must read about the main judgment, which in this case is good that you can argue your matter. Then they said that the second judgment penned by Kampempe J and concurred in by Front J after J. Then they said that the second judgment noted that rape is often characterized as an act of non-consensual sexual intercourse when it is more aptly understood as a violent and gendered imposition of power. Being able to describe rape in the correct terms is vital in the ability to understand the violation at its core. Then you come to the... I wasn't able to read the full court case. It's up to you to go and read the full case. The second judgment noted that remember, second judgment is the minority, that the pervasive statistics of rape in this country indicate that the country's current rhetoric, which presumes that rape is committed by sexual deviant monsters, may not capture the full scale of the problem. Rape is committed by fathers, brothers, uncles, husbands, lovers, mentors, bosses, and colleagues. This illustrates that rape is not rare, unusual, and deviant. It is structural and systematic, while those that commit rape act abhorrently and grotesquely. The search for an identifiable monster. And then you will read when you go forward. The third judgment embraced some concept in feminist legal theory that had been raised during oral argument and the influence of international law in the development of our common law as it relates to the common law crime of rape. The third judgment noted that historically our jurisprudence demonstrates a number of embedded patriarchal gender norms in the law, such as the procedural rules of evidence in relation to rape, the acceptance of the doctrine of common purpose, in this case, mask the eradication of one of the remaining obstacles to rape conviction through the infusion of constitutional value to the common law. So I will show you how you should have been answering. Remember how you should have answered. So when you answer, you should answer like this. In this instance, you must make it clear that Mary Jo Frack, first and foremost, made it clear that legal regulations require the toleration of the female body. This involves not properly safeguarding women and simultaneously promoting women to seek safety from this violence. Additionally, legal regulations require the feminization of the female body. This is achieved through regulations that pressure women into motherhood and by incentivizing motherhood while penalizing those who opt not to be mothers. One instance of this is when social grants are provided to impoverished mothers, but not to other impoverished women. Legal regulations also require the sexualization of the female form. This occurs when specific forms of sexual behavior, such as prostitution, are banned, as well as regulations concerning rape and sexual assault. In the past two situations, it operates by shifting attention away from the crime and into the women's sexual behavior. This argument is supported by majority arguments in State versus Chabalala, the case that we were reading. The main judgment bemoaned the fact that for far too long rape has been used as a tool to relegate the women of this country to a second-class citizens, over whom men can exercise their power and control, and in doing so strip them of their rights to equality, human dignity, and bodily integrity. The higher incidence of sexual violence suggests that male control over women and notions of sexual entitlement feature strongly in the social construction of masculinity in South Africa. Some men view sexual violence as a method of resenting masculinity and control over women. So you can see this was question 2, which was answering. Even if we can check how many words we used, we used 248, and they said that not more than 250. So it means that we have written very good well. So this is how you may answer your question 2. However, you choose how you answer. This is one of the way I could have answered if it was me. But because it is you, you can choose the way you can answer. So guys, don't forget that this was a question 2, which talks about Mary Jo Frack. Question 1, if you want to see it, this one of the President Visas of Good Hope, how we deal with this case, please ensure that you come and join. And then you come to current assignment, as I've said. Then you click on the current assignment. You'll see join button with 99. Then you join. Then we'll meet on the current assignment when I explain how to answer question number 1. Have a nice day.